Did the New Testament writers know they were writing God's words? Actually, yes. Look at 1 Corinthians 14:37. Paul lays down some instructions for church life and then says, if anyone thinks they're a prophet or spiritual, they should acknowledge that what I'm writing is a command from the Lord. That's not casual language. He's saying, these aren't just my opinions. This is from God. Now in 1 Corinthians 7:12, Paul does say something that sounds like he's backing off. To the rest I say, not the Lord. But he's not saying his words aren't from God. He's just clarifying that Jesus didn't personally teach on this, so I'm filling in the gaps. He's not saying his words are less important. He's saying they are coming from a different source, one still rooted in divine authority. In fact, later in the same chapter, Paul says he's speaking as someone who by the Lord's mercy is trustworthy. In other words, his guidance is meant to be taken seriously on the same level as Jesus' own teaching. Jesus himself actually promised that this would happen. In John 14:26, he told his disciples that the Holy Spirit would remind them of everything he said. And in John 16:13, he promised the Spirit would guide them into all truth. That's what makes the New Testament trustworthy. Those writers weren't just relying on memory or guesswork. They had help, divine help. And as we see this confirmed in other places too, 2 Peter 3:2, where Peter refers to the commands given to the apostles. 1 Corinthians 2:13, where Paul says he's using words taught by the Spirit. 1 Thessalonians 4:15, where Paul says, this we declare to you by a word from the Lord. And at the very end of the Bible, Revelation 22:18 and 19, warns us not to add or take away from the words of this book. That's the kind of warning you only give if what's written is sacred.